Alright guys, how you doing? This is the second episode of Hindsight is 2020, rebooking XWF slash the LXW review show. On this episode of Hindsight is 2020, I'm going to be reviewing LXW 100, which I actually have playing in the background. I'm just going to go ahead and start. It's going to be a kind of short review. It might last 5 minutes, might last 10 minutes, just depends on if I want to rant or not. You guys opened the show kind of introducing us to episode 100, which is big, and your crowd got into it. I don't know if you told them to get into it, whatever, but they were into it, and that is always a good way to open up a landmark show. This is a landmark show with 100 episodes, and that's pretty awesome. I've been watching you guys since probably episode 10 of Madness, doing reviews for you guys. Got lost for a little bit. Like I said in the first video here, I joined the Navy, moved, started a new job, working 12 to 14 hours a day. Makes it a little bit hard to do reviews, but I'm going to try. I'm going to start catching up, and what better way to catch up than with this show. You guys opened up with OC and Austin versus Creed, the team of Instinct and Wolford, and versus the Scapegoats with Nico and Lawrence. Alright. Start off with, I hate the generic triple test of strength thing. Overused, and you guys are better than that. I think I've seen a lot of your guys' triple threats and triple threat tag team matches open like that, and you gotta find something different to do to open up those 3 or 6 man matches, whatever it may be. You did though do an awesome job into a transition into that drop salt combo, where Instinct drops, kicks, and then does the moonsault. Obviously, that's the drop salt is. That was really cool. Got me into the match. The Lawrence big swing thing was way too soon in the match. It was really early, and I say that because of how long the match went. If the match had been shorter, it would have been okay timing, but still, it was really close to the beginning. So for such a big move, you want to kind of space it out as much as you can. OC just kind of walked out in the match. It looked like it was supposed to be like that, but not really. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't remember him showing up for like the rest of the show. So also, Austin, when you go stiff to soft, makes you look weak. So you gotta work stiff or work soft. You can't switch back and forth. If you're gonna work stiff, then just agree to work stiff. It's actually funner that way. So Instinct again, the cool bulldog type maneuver was awesome. And then also for a little bit there, Austin kind of picked up his pace. It was only for like a good minute he picked up his pace. It was kind of a desperation thing, which I enjoyed because he didn't have a partner. The electric chair driver, which is just a fucking sick move that Lawrence did on Nico. The fact that it was on his partner kind of sucks, because it didn't really make sense that he wouldn't have just fallen forward or something from that drop kick, that he actually grabbed him and brought him down into the driver. Made it kind of unnecessary, but also at the same point, pretty sick move. Wolford, why you would chant a "this guy can't wrestle" thing is beyond me, because he covered so many botches in this match. He just killed it. He killed it for you guys. And honestly, from seeing this show and a couple of the shows before this, which I didn't review, obviously, I just watched, he's probably one of your guys' best wrestlers. So don't get on him too much. Big thing for me, especially as long as I've been watching backyard wrestling and wrestling in general, is it is a lot less suspenseful when every kick out you get from the beginning to the end of the match is at the 2 count. Kick out at 1, kick out at 1.5, kick out as soon as they start to pin you. Just vary it up, because if you're kicking out at 2 every single time, then like, oh, he kicked out at 2 again, that's good. Random interference didn't make sense. I mean, it kind of did when he became his partner, but still didn't make a lot of sense. The G13, or whatever it was you guys call it, that Instinct did, and Instinct is hitting some nasty moves in that match, and made it so worth it. Again, shorten your matches, especially with your opening match. That's called a hot opener. It's supposed to get your crowd into the show, and if you stretch it out to 20, I think when I checked the time on the match, it was still like at 24 minutes. You take about a minute apiece for entrances for all 3 teams. That's 3 teams, that's 21 minutes of a match. It's a long time for a hot opener, and eventually you just lose interest. Your in-sync was really good, really hot. Probably popped your crowd a lot more than I was expecting. And then at the end, your in-booking for this match didn't make much sense, because you had a legitimate team of Creed, Instinct, and Wolford win the titles, and you stripped them because Wolford's contract is up. I hate to be the one to say this, but there are no contracts in backyard wrestling. But if you're going with that storyline, you could have waited until the next week and then stripped them and then done something with their tag titles. Or if you wanted to keep them on the scapegoats and still have them lose that match, why not have Austin and the guy that interfered in the match have your GM come out and say, no, 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 that's not how it works. You know, that's not how it works. These two aren't actually a team. This guy, have the guy that interfered make the pin. No, he wasn't in this match. Null and void. No contest. Turn the titles back over. Then you went to that was good. Alright, so now we move on to triple threat match with the guy from Allentown. It was alright. It was cool. I'm not a big fan of Extreme Rules matches in backyard wrestling anymore. I just think pure wrestling's a lot better, and you guys do some good stuff with that, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time on that match, to be completely honest. Next match, Chris Blaze fighting for his career. I want to talk about the storyline for just a second, just because the booking for it didn't make a lot of sense, I guess. You gave him 2 shots, so obviously everybody knew, hey, he's gonna lose the first one. He's not gonna pick up that win, and then he lost it, and so it was kind of like, oh, so then he wins at the pay-per-view or the free per-view, Super Show, whatever you guys are calling. And obviously he did, but he did a great match. I don't know who the Kitty wrestler was. Never seen him before in my life wrestle, but that was one of that's probably the show stealer. That match was awesome. If not for the spots I'll talk about later, that match stole the show, and it was just killer, and got Chris Blaze his job back, quote unquote. Just awesome match. But Blaze always puts on impressive matches, and that guy that he wrestled was impressive. Don't know if it's a gimmick or if he really is like that, but he played it super well, or is it really well, and it just works, and that's awesome. Good for him. Now Nate Dallas and Jay Risk, which has actually just popped up on the video. I love this match, but I think it should have been the main event. You have Nate Dallas, who is your guy's top heel 100% of the time. Best talker you guys have. one of your guys' best workers, and he and Jay Risk just killed it in this match. I don't think there's anything. At the end of the match, I'm not sure if that was like a swerve, supposed to be like a swerve. Oh, I'm not really retiring. I'm gonna retire, or if like you actually did retire, Nate Dallas. So it was just confusing. It was just confusing into the match. Glad fucking Nate Dallas is talking. It's fucking awesome. Oh, this dude's fucking entertaining. And then after J Risk, well, that was so fun. After J Risk, I believe it's the main event. But for the main event, you had, this is my biggest pet peeve. Not really my biggest pet peeve, but it's the one gigantic complaint that I had for your show was two LXW wrestlers didn't main event possibly the biggest show you guys have had so far. It's your 100th episode. That is a landmark show, and it should have been main evented by two LXW wrestlers. And just plain and simple, my thought is it should have been main evented by two LXW wrestlers. Like I said, Nate Dallas and Jay Risk probably should have main evented. I think there was another match in there. There's a match where I think it was Christian Storm against somebody where they just fucking like killed the ladder. Oh, there's a fatal four right here. Y'all have too many matches on your card too. It was a big show, so I understand lots of matches. Anyway, the Christian Storm match, that was your main event. And he retains the title, and it was sick, nasty, fucking, the spot where they broke the ladder. I was legitimately scared. Like, I literally paused the video. I watched it on fucking my big screen, and I paused the video. I was like, that did not just fucking happen. I knew it wasn't supposed to happen. And why, I don't remember anybody even checking on either of them. I don't remember whose head went through the fucking ladder. That was scary, man. And I was like, oh shit, I can't watch this because this dude's probably fucking dead. But you guys, all did good, and it was a good show, entertaining overall. Good storylines moving forward, and I'm gonna enjoy watching over the next couple of weeks as you guys head into Ultimate Glory, and as we move forward, I'm going to keep reviewing you guys. Probably be a little less in depth. I just felt like being in depth about that first match because it was honestly supposed to be the hot opener. I thought it was gonna be a lot shorter, so that's why I went into a lot of depth about it because I thought it was gonna be a lot shorter. So just overall feeling of the show, I would give it a 3.5 to 4 stars out of 5. I could give it a solid 8 out of 10. Not his best show that I've seen. Wrestling wise it was, but not storyline development wise. It was just kind of all over the place as far as booking goes, and but I enjoyed watching it, and I'll see y'all next week or in a couple weeks whenever y'all post your next show when I get the chance to watch it.